Alright, boys. I got something a little different today. I got something on my mind. You know, behavior. Y'all really need to relax. Need to fucking fall the fuck back with this damn disconnect penalty. Now, I understand the utility of it. You know, you don't want people just disconnected willy-nilly just because they couldn't get their way in a match. But come on. The report button is literally useless. The only way you could justify this disconnect penalty to me is if one person, and all I need is one person to show me one person that's been banned from getting reported from the end of game little report system. Big air quotes. Tremendous air quotes. Because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it once since I started playing this game. All I know is you just sit there, you have to just get griefed by your own teammates. Watch them just take shit, rub it all in your face, and you just gotta stand there and take it. And smile and die and let the game end. GG. That's what I'm supposed to do? If that's what I'm supposed to do, then you tell me, somebody tell me, why is there a disconnect button built into the game? There's an option in the game to pause and leave the match. Because clearly, there are justifiable reasons to leave the match. Case in point, being griefed by your own teammates. Now let me give you a little backstory. We're sitting here playing an Institute game against a Freddy. You know, that's already a pain in the neck. Freddy on Institute, come on, it's a GG. As long as the Freddy's not a trash can. Which he kind of was, but my team was even worse. One guy, he disconnected on his very first down. I understand why the penalty exists for people like that, but you know what? I'd rather them get away scot-free than me have to take a fucking hour disconnect penalty because some jackass. I'm supposed to be giving you the background. So we're at the end of the game. It's me and this David King left after I've been unhooking practically everybody in the game and doing my best to get him healed up and out of harm's way. This David King pulled me off the hook, and he healed me up. At least he healed me up. But as soon as he was done healing me up, he hopped straight into a locker, and I can already see the game that was about to be played. It was basically from then on, he healed me up, and then it was a one-on-one good luck. He was gonna hide and basically hope that I got found first, and then maybe he would have tried to take me off the hook again. Or he would have let me just go ahead and die on the hook so he can get hatched. But that didn't happen because I went down the hall and hopped in another locker myself, knowing that he was going to get a crow over his head if he didn't get out the locker. And since clearly I got in the locker second, I could outweight him. Now I'm all down for a one-on-one. Let's see who dies first and see who gets the hatch. We play it fair and square. Don't try to hide in the locker. Because I could play that game too. He was off my screen at this point. But I could clearly see he had no choice but to get out of the locker because he's going to get a crow over his head. And that probably just happened to be at the same time that the Freddy had returned to the area looking around from where I had been unhooked. Alright? So he must have hopped out of the locker at the same time that the Freddy came around, caught the Freddy's eye, took a hit. At that point, I climbed out of the locker to begin looking for the hatch. Because he had clearly lost the game, you know. He was on death hook. I had only been hooked once. It was a GG for him. Next thing I know, I run into him while he's running away from the Freddy. So I turn around and I go the other way. Now we never run smack into each other. I never blocked him. Had I actually ran into him face to face and been the reason he couldn't, he lost distance. Oh shoot! And been the reason that he lost distance against that Freddy, I would have gladly taken responsibility and taken the hit for him. Because that's just how I do. But he didn't want that to happen. For some reason, I guess he felt slighted because I didn't take the hit for him. So he decided to work together with the goddamn Freddy to get me killed. You know, I said the Freddy wasn't down to him at all, even though he could have at any point. He just allowed him to walk. The Freddy allowed the David King to walk him into me and basically led him to me. Right? I didn't mean to use the God palette there, but I mean, I had to get the stun. I had to. It was too cheeky. But anyways, alright. He led the killer to me. The killer downed me. Okay. I didn't even disconnect in. I took the hit, took the hook, and said, he must be farming. That's what I assumed because he let the David King take me off the hook. And I figured he was either going to let me heal up the David King or he's going to down me again and let the David King pick me up. You know the drill when people are farming, but that didn't happen. You know, he took me off the hook. I tried to heal the David King. The David King kept running away from me and wouldn't allow me to heal him. So I said, you know what, all right, screw it. He don't want to get healed. I'm just going to go ahead and heal up myself and then see what happens. You know, and he took me off the hook and I looked at the killer and looked at the David King. Then looked back at the killer and looked at the David King. I'm like, so are you gonna finish this or not? So he clearly had no intentions of finishing it. He probably was thinking we were just gonna farm and then leave. But after the David King refused to get healed by me 3 times and I tried to heal myself, the Freddy decided to down me. I don't know what he was thinking. Obviously I'm not a mind reader, but I'm assuming that he was thinking the David King was gonna pick me up off the ground and they was gonna continue farming for blood points. Which which is annoying. First of all, I don't like to do that, but I brought my good items and good add-ons. I didn't want to waste them farming. I'd rather live or die fair and square. But that also did not happen. Instead of picking me up, the David King walked over to the hook and gave it a good point, letting Freddy know that he wanted the Freddy to kill me. And at that point, that's when I was pissed off and I just disconnected. I'm not about to sit. I'll take the loss if it's fair and square, but not like that. I'm not going to accept that kind of fuckery. And sure enough, I got a fucking hour-long goddamn disconnect penalty. Now justify that to me. Why should I take a penalty? Because I was getting grief by my teammates. It's the right thing to do to just sit there and just take that fucking death? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Be the bigger person? No. If that was the case, there wouldn't be an option to press start, press triangle, press X, leave the goddamn match. Fair and square.
How, Sway?
Why is that an option if I have to take a disconnect penalty when it's more than justified? Behavior, fix it. We don't need a disconnect penalty. If you're gonna allow survivors to grief their teammates and not ban them when they get reported. The ban system is it's a complete fucking placebo. It doesn't do shit. So if your ban system doesn't work, then why are you enforcing the disconnect penalty? Make it make sense. Anybody that watches this video, make it make sense. I'm waiting for the argument. I'll be down in the comments if I see anybody there.
Yeah, Solo out.
Solo out, nigga.